Hi, thank you so much for joining me here today on my channel and for this video, which is going to be my first time to play with my brand new Mothership 10, the Moonlit Seduction by Pat McGrath. So excited to have this in my collection. This is what the palette looks like. I'm trying to keep from blinding you, but it's really hard. As you can see, I've already gotten into it a little bit. So if you're interested in seeing the 3 looks I created with this palette, just keep on watching. Obviously, this is one of the looks. Let's go ahead and get into the video. I am not going to be keeping up with the shade names. So this is going to be the first look that I create with my brand new Mothership. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with a Refer 14. I'm going to get started with this really beautiful matte here in the back. My eyes are primed with a MAC paint pot. It's had a moment to sit down, possibly a moment too long for my preferences, but we're going to work with it. Tapping off just a little bit because I do have my base done and I am planning on wearing my look for the day. Let me go ahead and adjust my mirror so I can get closer. Okay, I've zoomed you in. This is the shadow back here that I'm dipping into. I've got my brush loaded up. That is a really, really beautiful berry toned matte. Just kind of blending that over a little bit. I am gonna lay some shimmers down, so you're not really gonna see this back end too much, but I do want to make sure that it peeks through equally on both sides. Okay. All right, so I like the way that's looking. It's a little bit deep, a lot deeper than I was expecting. I mean, this is that light color. I guess it does kind of look like that, but I kind of would have expected that more from this shade. Not mad at it, I'm just saying. Now I'm gonna take a clean Refer 01 and just start to kind of buff out this top edge. Soften up that outer corner like that. I really, really love the mattes in Pat McGrath's formula. I love her mattes. They can really blend out so nicely. This fluffy shader into this really beautiful, like, champagne gold color. It's like a satin. And I'm going to put that here on the inner part and meet that over here. That's pretty. Okay, so really you could go with just this. Like, that's a super simple, like, look, that's 2 shades. That was 2 shades. I didn't even touch the inner corner highlight. Let's go ahead and touch the inner corner highlight. She often gives us this like super light color, and some people complain, but I'm super happy with it. I love getting like these 2 staple colors here in the back because I literally can use them for every single look. So I like it a lot. You can use it in so many ways. Really adds a lot of versatility. Okay, and go back in and just blend that with my lid shade. All right, I'm gonna do the lower lash line now. I'm gonna go with something more detailed. I'm gonna take the Refer 03 and I'm gonna go into this super dark matte and I'm gonna use that to create a line at the bottom. And just a little bit at the top edge. So there's my first look. Let me go ahead and close this particular look off with some eyeliner and mascara, and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 1. So here's the completed eye look with mascara and eyeliner. But this is the first look that I created with the Moonlit Seduction. And for you, I'll be back in a moment, but for me, it'll be tomorrow. So I'm ready to go in for look number 2 with my brand new Mothership. Eyes are primed. Let me just clip my hair back to get it out of the way while I'm working on the look. Okay, so excuse my goofy look right now. All right, where's the brush? I'm gonna go in with a Rephr 01 now, and I want my base to be tacky, okay? So I want my base to be tacky. I'm gonna go in with my color right now so that it'll stick really good. But I am using a fluffy brush so that it'll be a little bit less intense, possibly. It's really beautiful. It's a little bit of a deeper color than the color that I had on yesterday here in the outer corner, but it's very similar to a lot of the others that are in her palette, I'm sure. All of her palettes, pretty much. So that's neither here nor there. I'm just here to play with my new palettes. Okay, I can't get the sides to match. I went too far out on one side, so although I liked the way this one looked better, I'm gonna have to go ahead and mess it up like the other one so that I can kind of get like an even look, because I got to go. I got places to be real quick. Like I have errands to run right now. Oh, that brush literally flew out of my hand. It's because I still have dexterity issues. Sometimes I can't hold a brush that well. That was my dog snoring. Sometimes I can't hold a brush that well still. Just depends on the day. Like I'm still healing and getting better. But like if you'll notice some of my older videos, my older makeup videos, my looks were really out of control because I had a hard time like holding my brushes for more accuracy. But as I'm getting better from my surgery, it's now been like 9.5 months, which I have like a few more months to go, and then I'll be like way better. Anyway, as I'm getting better, my abilities are returning, which is really, really nice. So I've really been happy about that. But like right now, my hands are going numb from trying to hold this brush. Yeah, that's why I don't wear makeup all the time anymore, or right now at this stage in my life, but I plan to again. Anyway, that was a tangent. I may or may not leave that in. I'm gonna go in with a Rephr 13, which is just like a small, fluffy, natural haired blender, detailed blender. And I'm gonna take this lighter shade, which I already used yesterday. I'm gonna load up my brush. Can you see? Load up my brush. Tap off a little bit because I don't want any fallout. My base is done. All right, I'm gonna put this here in the middle. Let's just see how they look next to each other. Like, can you see a difference? I feel like you can see it a little bit, but hardly. Like really those two shades were redundant. But on the other hand, if you run out of one, you kind of have the other one. Still, you know, for the same looks. So I don't know, there's that if you want to look for a silver lining. Okay, so I would say like this one has a little bit more of a brick kind of undertone, and the other one has a little bit more of like a plum berry type undertone. Hardly noticeable though. Just to kind of, I don't know, help take the palette in a slight different undertone maybe when you're using one or the other, but like it's pointless to use them together. It just looks off in my opinion. Can you notice a difference? You tell me what your thoughts are on these two shades that are almost the same, but a little bit different. This is gonna look like I'm doing a cop out, but just give me a minute. I'm gonna start the middle, the front with this like champagne light color. I just want something for the next color that I'm gonna place down to sit on and work into you know, working with it. So I'm going to leave that kind of bright here on the inner corner and then mix it into that one. I do love how I always get an inner corner from her. Like how she always gives us that inner corner highlight. Like I appreciate that in a palette. I really do. Now, am I happy that it's in a 10-pan palette for $130? I don't know about that, but I can work with it. Okay, so there's the base. I'm going to use the NYX glitter primer because I don't want any fallout on my face, and I don't want to deal with any kind of fallout throughout the day. I want it to stick where it's at. So I'm just going to use this Laura Lee shader, synthetic shader, to apply my glitter glue because I don't like having stuff on my fingers. Like, that's fine if you want to use your hand. My fingers are too big. I can't anyways. My eyes are too small. My fingers are too big. It's not a winning combination. I use a brush. Okay, how am I going to do this? Let me get my blending done first. Hold on. Just going to take a fluffy Rougher 15, which is just a blender, and I'm just going to blend this top into each other real pretty so that I can get that part done, because I don't want to go in here and mess with these edges once I've got glitter down. All right, I think that's good. Now I'm going to go in and just apply this to the lid, kind of all over. I'm going to do one eye at a time. All right, now while that's wet, all right, I'm going to go in with this. Oh, look at this. This has, like, to you right there, it looks silver, but from here, it looks kind of like the purple in this brush. I'm going to go in with this one back here. See, do you see that shift? Look at that. Ooh, I'm going to go in with that one. While my glue is still wet, hurry up, girl. And, because I don't want fallout, I'm going to spray it. Here we go. Ready? Oh my God. Okay. That's it. That's the top lid right there. Let's mimic that on the other side. Here we go. Let's do it again. Okay, I need a little more. And I want to make sure not to get it anywhere else except for where I've got the glue. Wow, look at that beautiful color. Oh my God. I feel like that is just stunning. That's the look. Well, I'm gonna do the lower lash line. Ooh, that's so pretty. Okay, not done. I take a Rougher 23, and I'm just gonna go with this dark berry. I like this one better. I'm just gonna close out the bottom, real simple. My dog is snoring. He's sleeping so good. He's really old now, so like he needs to sleep. I'm not gonna wake him up. I don't want to do too much else. I don't want to distract from this look. I'm really, really happy with the way it looks. I'm going to take a clean Rougher, whatever this is. There it is. I'm going to take a clean this and just like softly buff this out. Oh, I love this brush. It's so soft and nice and pointed and fluffy though. Go in with another clean, what is this? I don't know, whatever that is, 23. And I'm going to take this dark color back here. I'm going to just carefully, like that. Did you see the difference that makes? Just a little bit. Hardly noticeable, but enough to like deepen out the outer edge of my eye, kind of balance out the almond shape, give it a slight bit more rounded look. Okay. Then I'm going to just take that a little bit on the top. Just right there. Like that. There's a difference. Can you see? See if I can mimic it now. That's always the hardest part, is making a match. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna take that clean blender that I was blending the edges with earlier, and I'm just gonna make sure that my top is really soft. I'm gonna come back with some mascara and eyeliner and show you the finished face. So here's the completed look for my look number 2. I really love how the eyes turned out. I think it's really pretty. This could go for day or night. For me, I would go to the grocery store like this. I don't even care. But I would also go like out on a date like this. Like I would go to a party like this. I really love the way this second eye look turned out. So coming up in just a moment for you will be look number 3, but for me, it's gonna be tomorrow. So I'm ready to go in for look number 3 with my Moonlit Seduction. I've got my eyes primed, my base done. My hair is a little wet, so please forgive me. But let's go ahead and get started. So today, for look number 3, I want to play with some of these other shades that I haven't played with yet. Not exactly sure how I'm going to incorporate that just yet, but let's have some fun. All right. I'm going to do, I don't know. I'm going to start off with this super dark matte back in the corner. I've got my eyes primed, and I'm just using the MAC paint pot. So this is more of like a deep cool tone brown with a little bit of a plum base, it seems like, which is really pretty. I really like this colored matte. Okay, try to make a match. Shapes are a little bit off. Let me make them match. I really love that color. All right, I'm happy with that. I think what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take this little natural haired shader and go into this satin color. Is it a satin? I think it's a satin. Ooh, it's got a lot of glitter. Tap off. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my brush because I saw a lot of glitter chunks fall off of that. I have to wear my look for the day, so I don't want any glitter on my face. Here's the money shot. I don't even know what this is gonna look like, so I'm gonna put it in the middle. Oh, that's really beautiful. Let's pick up some more. Ooh. Okay, I like that a lot. I'm gonna do some more for the other side. Spray my brush again. Ooh, that's really pretty. go back in with that first blender and just try to marry those two a little bit. And I don't want to manipulate it too much and move the glitter around. Really like the way that looks. Gosh, that was 2 shades. Okay, so you really could leave this look like this and just finish out the lower lash line for a really simple 2 shadow smoky eye look. Love the way this looks. I think it's beautiful. Maybe blend out the top edge a little bit more or not. But for fun and to play with more of the shades, I'm going to go into this one here. Haven't used this one yet, and it's super sparkly. Ooh. I am going to spray my brush. Let's go ahead and put this here towards the front. Oh goodness. Ooh. Okay, that did a lot. That did a lot for the look. That was this shade. So let's go ahead and mimic that on the other side now. Ooh. That's intense. That's really beautiful. I really like the way that looks. And I feel like I'm almost done. I'm going to take this small little like flat shader, which is the Sonia G Flat Definer. And I'm going to take that same cool tone brown and finish out the lower lash line. Lastly, I'm just going to take this little bitty natural haired bullet into the inner corner highlight. Maybe just a little bit right there. Okay, this is just a clean Sigma blender, softening up that top brow highlight and that top gray edge a little bit. Just a clean, teeny tiny little soft detailer from Sonia G. It's clean. I'm just gonna soften up this line right here, get this blended into a softer edge. There we go. So this is the finished eye look. Let me go ahead and finish it out with some eyeliner and mascara, and I'll come back to show you the finished look. So this is the third and final look that I created in this video with my brand new Mothership, the Moonlit Seduction. I really, really like this cool tone smoky moment, which I think is pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below which look is your favorite out of the 3 looks that I created in this video. And thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Oh shit, I almost dropped it. Don't drop it. Don't drop the Mothership, girl. My tip to you, don't drop the Mothership. That was my dog.